Hi friends, welcome to Spark Nature. This week was all about whittling as we transformed simple wooden blocks to handmade butter knives. Using huckleberry whittling knives, the kids spent the day carving, shaping, and refining their creations. Come along for the fun.
You have a wood block that's about 5 inches long. We are gonna turn that into butter knife. This is an example of a butter knife. I brought one down, okay? This will involve carving from this 3D block of wood into a shape that you call a butter knife. I made this, okay? I made a nice fat handle so I could put my hand on this side, and I kept using my palm as an example. Oh yeah, that'll work. And you have to see the knife inside your block. Just like Michelangelo carved statues from this big slab of marble, big huge square of marble, he would see the statue in it, and he said, it was only a matter of removing the extra marble to reveal the figure inside. So, with your pencil, on one side first, I want you to, what would your butter knife look like from the side? Do you want a big fat handle? Do you want a big fat spatula, the part that spreads? Or do you want it to be like mine, which is kind of like half and half, right? Mine's half and half. Mine's a half and half. So I don't want either part to break. This, you could make this big and wide like this. So your butter knife could look like this. Your butter knife could look like this. See, it could be fat like that. You could have a butter knife that looks like this. Because once you have it drawn on the side, we're gonna start whittling. Side, flip the other way and do the reflection the other side too. So then, at the end, just for fun, because I was doing this with Carissa, I just burned onto it just to give it a little design. But once the butter knives are carved, it will take us a couple hours to carve this. So this is something we're gonna work on for pretty much the rest of the day. Because I want you to all go home with your own beautiful butter knife that you get to use.
After getting clear on their vision and sketching their knife design onto the wood, it was time to start whittling. But first, we took time to review some important safety tips.
Always cut away from you. Look, you can use 2 fingers. Look, I'm holding it with this hand. Watch what I do with my thumb. I put my thumb on the top of the knife. That way my thumb is never gonna get cut, and I'm just gonna push it. If you're never gonna put your hand on this side of the knife, always on the other side of the bar. Watch, I'm gonna be really slow, guys. I'm really going slow with it. If you cut super fast, you get a lot of these little nicks on the wood. But if I push with my thumb, the wood is really soft. You don't have to push that deep, guys, to carve. Everybody thinks you have to carve really hard into, no, it's just about peeling the layers like an onion. So look what I'm doing. So how am I gonna make this look like this? See my little curve right there? When you get to the edge, put my thumb right on the edge, and I just push it slowly. I'm gonna cut off little tiny chunks of it.
The kids continued whittling on and off throughout the day, taking breaks as needed. This wasn't the kind of project you could rush. It required focus, patience, and persistence. While the carving was underway, we also made homemade butter. We poured heavy cream into a mason jar and started shaking, and shaking some more. Every child took a turn. Some carefully passed the jar, others ran laps with it, but together we all contributed to transforming a simple liquid into a golden rich butter. Once it's separated, we poured off the buttermilk as an offering to the land, washed it, added a little salt, and tucked it in the fridge until it was time to enjoy. There's so much learning packed into these simple experiences. Here are a few of our biggest takeaways.
Patience. I think we're used to doing things very quickly, especially in life. We're used to getting things done. And even here, when we make art projects, we like finish in an hour and then we're done. This takes several hours. So you might not be complete today, and that's totally okay. You could continue to bring this home, work on it. This might be something that you do over the course of weeks, months. Okay, so knowing that sometimes things take time and requires patience. The other thing that I want to acknowledge about today is a lot of kids showed perseverance. Does anyone know what perseverance means? To not quit. This is not easy. It's hard. It requires focus and your attention. It requires a repeated movement. And a number of us got cut, right? We had a lot of Band-Aids today. We got a lot of boo-boos. And you still persevered. You didn't give up. So I really want to acknowledge that. That's a really good quality to have in yourself. Perseverance. Yes. If you feel really complete, we'll put the mineral oil on. If you feel like you're gonna bring this home and continue to whittle and you're not quite done, we're not gonna do the mineral oil, okay? We also collaboratively made butter today. We all made butter. by taking heavy cream in a mason jar and shaking it for 25 minutes. And all the liquid came out, and then we were left with a big chunk of butter. And while you were all whittling, I washed it, and I added some salt, and then I cut up some bread, and we have Mr. Sebastian's knife that he made, and we're gonna enjoy some bread and butter. A celebration, a mini celebration.
Became everyone's favorite part, freshly baked bread piled high with homemade butter. After a day of carving, focusing, and creating, it felt like the perfect reward. The kids absolutely devoured it. More than anything, we were so proud of them. This project asked a lot, and we definitely stretched them a bit. But during closing circle, many of the children shared that it was one of their most favorite lessons of the entire semester. They were proud of what they were creating, and they knew how much effort went into it. Kids are capable, so much more than we often give them credit for. Let this be proof.